Hey guys, I'm here with y'all to answer some questions. Let's see. First question. Kiko skate. What made you get into skating? What got me into skating? Oh gosh. Fun. Just having fun with the friends. First got on the board when I was about 6 or 7. I called it street luging. We'd lay on our backs on the board and we'd just go down the steepest hill, my friends and I. But if you want to get technical and get into skating, doing tricks and all that, I was about 14. And honestly, I thought it would be cool to get back into it because I heard a girl I had a crush on was into skaters, and I was like, I can just kill 2 birds with a stone. I'm gonna get back into skating, and then whatever. So that was long story short. Could have been because of a girl. I think I was also trying to be cool with these kids at the time. It was Aaron Lopez, Nathan Navejas, and Luke Contreras, and a few others, Mo. They're all wearing Famous Stars and Strap shirts, and they got into skating, and I pretty much hung around with them, and I got my first blank board. It was a brown wood stained board from Odyssey Skate Shop, and I had a stencil from somewhere. It was a Che Guevara stencil, and I just mounted on the bottom of the board, and I spray painted a Che Guevara stencil on the bottom of the board. That was my first board, so that got me into skating. It was either friends or a girl I was trying to impress when I was 14. Moving on. Do you practice Qigong and or meditation? Practice Qigong every single day. Try to practice every breath. And with Qigong, in a lot of movies, how they portray Qi and Qigong in Star Wars films, and whether it's the Force and the Matrix being the one. With Qigong, it's just being aware of every breath you take and every step you take. So you can be walking down the street, and you can be in walking meditation, like Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese philosopher. He talks about walking meditation, and so yeah, I do practice, and I think everyone has his or her own way of practicing Qigong, whether it's whale watching, reading a book, sewing, knitting, tying your shoes, swimming, whatever works for you and is your happy place and gives you the ability to have free space and to reflect on yourself. That's meditation. Whether it's prayer, kneeling down before you go to sleep and being grateful for the things you have. We all have our own ways of meditating, and I meditate, so I'll just leave it at that. What's your favorite drink? Favorite drink? Well, I love green tea, but it's either green tea or boba. Anything with boba in it, like I think it's a chai latte, or with a chai flavor with boba in it. That'll do. Anything with the earthy taste and with boba in it, I like it. What's your favorite? Okay, you're just alright. Cool. Yeah, that's my favorite. Alright, we can chill right now. Yeah, that was pretty crazy what happened the other day. I assure you would have mollywopped his ass because he was the one who intimidated by you. Yeah, that's from the other day. That crazy guy came across. And if you're just watching this video and you're thinking, what is he talking about? Well, the other day I almost had to defend myself against some guy I came across, and he's pretty crazy. And I read someone's comment said it looked like he was trying to take my boot. And I'm pretty sure he was. It's pretty scary. That's some grade A self-defense right there. Question for Ivan. I see you doing all sorts of cool shit on the board that other people don't. What's your favorite trick that's on the more unique style? Someone told me before, and I agree, anything with the frontside 360 shove, I don't see that often, and I don't know how I got into it. Some of the tricks I learned was just by playing Skate 1, and one of the tricks that was easy is just a frontside 360 shove. You know, you just do the thumbstick around, and the way I saw it with frontside 360 shove, I don't really see those, and for some reason I wanted to do it switch because I had switch front side 360s down, and I just figured my back leg does a better job of scooping frontside tricks easier. So I switch frontside 360 shove. That's what I think is unique, or a frontside 360 shove. I think I've seen Kyra Foster do it in a video part, and I don't really see too many others, so it's one of my favorite tricks. I think he was moving on. Yank it or smash a female. No comment. Ivan, have you ever had someone come up to you and try to steal your board? Once. I don't remember where it was, but he was a black kid, and why does he have to be black? Well, he just was, alright? And he came up, asked to use my board, and he kept distancing himself, and I had to keep an eye on him. And then I saw him he was jogging away with it. I think it was a shindig. That's where it was. It was at the shindig. I let a kid borrow my board there, and he kind of ran down the street with it. I'm like jogging with him, and then he turns around, and he smiles at me, and he's like, "Oh, what's up, man?" I'm like, "Oh, what's up? You can give me back my board?" And he's just like, yeah, I was just playing, bro. I'm like, alright, got my board back. What's your favorite obstacle to skate? Lately, it's been ledges, and with ledges, I can just I can be really creative with them. I can try new things, and I've been learning a lot on ledges recently, and it's between ledges and stairs. So ledges or stairs, between those two, and if I really had to choose, I'd narrow it down to stairs because I just like the hang time, the catch, and then the stomp and the roll away. Just that feeling of just stomping something fat and you flicked it right, you caught it midair and just, that's what it's all about. So I'd say stairs for sure. I just had to reassure. What's your favorite? Nope. How long did it take you to learn a kickflip and tray flip? To learn how to kickflip, no lie, after I got that board I was talking about earlier, the brown wood stained deck with the Che Guevara stencil on the bottom, had Venture trucks and some blank, I think they were mini logo wheels or just some blank white wheels. And after that day, I went to my friend Luke's, Caesar, we called him, his nickname, and my friend Aaron Lopez, Caesar, and I were at his house. I brought a video game console over, belonged to my uncle. It was It was a Sega Dreamcast. We're out there playing video games, and I just told myself, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to tray flip, and I was just so determined to learn tricks, and I learned to kick flip probably 6 hours, no lie. That was the first kick flip I ever did. It was on my friend Caesar's driveway. After playing video games, I took the board to the driveway, and the way he taught me was so weird. My friend Aaron Lopez, he was saying for the board, you have your feet. Imagine I'm standing on a board, right? He told me to put both feet forward, so my back foot is in the corner pocket, and my front foot was like this. So I popped, and then I just flicked. So I popped, flicked, totally awkward, and almost credit carded a few times, but I got the trick, and I got it within 6 hours. I stayed up till, I don't know how to do the math, but I think I stayed up till 2 in the morning. That's all I remember, staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning in the front of the driveway. So I started late, and I was just up in front of the driveway, and I stayed up till like 3 in the morning trying it. I got it. Next day, I kept watching trick tips, and I kept telling my friends, I kept telling Aaron, I was telling him, dude, the pros don't do that, you know, and then I show him the trick tip. I think it was Mike Moe, could have been someone else, but I just showed him how both feet were, in a sense, just forward in this sense, not, how do I put it, not like this on the board. If the board is vertical, it wasn't like this, so here's the board horizontal, and my feet would be more like this, right, for a kickflip. So you pop, and then you flick out to the corner, not in a sense like this, if you're looking at the board horizontal, so it would be more like this. I don't have a board with me, I'd show you. And to learn the tray flip, I learned to tray flip 2 days. That's a lie. Probably two or three days. 2 or 3 days. My friend, I want to say his name was Christian. Oh, this is bugging me. I think his name was Christian, but we were always battling it out, and who could do a tray flip first. And I hung out with, in middle school, I was hanging out with the older kids, and we had this spot across the street called the Mormon Church, and it was just a parking lot, just flat, had plenty of room, and I stayed there late with my friend Anthony Saldana and Andrew Zamora, and I want to say Joe Zamora was there, but I think it was just those two, Anthony and Andrew Zamora. So I stayed out with them, and they're just doing trays. You know, you just gotta do this, you know, put your foot right here. And I stayed there all night, and I stomped it over and over, and I kept falling. And then I'm pretty sure the next day I got it. And a key to learning tricks quick is to play people who are better than you at a game of skate, and always have a strong head on your shoulders, because trust me, I beat so many people who are older than me and who've been skating for years in skateboarding, and I learned the trick right there in the game of skate, no lie. I just tried it, I never thought I could do it, and when I did it, everyone was like, oh, you know how you freak out when you see your friend do something you didn't think they could do, and we're just going back and forth in the game of skate. I was always playing people skate, and that's how I learned most of my tricks quick. What is your dream trick? Dream trick, I don't know if it's my dream, like my dream trick, but I want to see it be done, and my friends say I can do it, but this is a really crazy trick, is a laser flip back Smith. Just a laser flip back Smith. I'm regular, so I would do it in this way, so laser flip back Smith, but till then, that's a crazy trick. I would love to see that. Favorite ender? I'm not good with remembering people's parts, but if I could remember good ender off the top of my head, either Moose's Back 3 off Hollywood High 16 or Kike's Fakey Small Spin off Quad. I believe it was a Fakey Small Spin. And if you haven't seen Kike's part, Enrique Perez, it's on This Is Why video. It's really cool. We stayed up late for his trick, and I don't think it took him long. It was just the fact that his trucks kept getting undone, and the bolt was loosening. His bolts kept breaking off, and then his hardware was breaking, and then his axle nut was coming off. It was stripped, so it just kept shooting off, and we had to look for the bolt and we put it back on. The computer's dying. 1%. Is that cool? Yeah. I gotta try to answer these quick or what? Alright, how long have you been skating for? Since I was 14, I want to say 10 years. It's 11 years. It's 11 years. I've been skating for 11 years. I'm 23, 14. Almost, yeah, it's 11 years. What do you get by being sponsored? I'm sponsored by Kid Skateboards, local company owned by Roger Keane, and I get 2 free boards a month. I get stickers, I get to travel all over the place and film with the crew, and I get clothing sometimes from them, and that's what I get so far. That's the only sponsor I have. How did you get sponsored? It's a funny story. I was actually just skating Heritage, and I met Roger just by watching him skate. He was trying to do a crook on the box, and he asked me, how do you backside crook? How do you do it? And I just told him, basically, you kind of go at an angle, not too much, and place your feet in these positions. The front foot kind of in the middle next to the front bolt, so right when you get in, you slide your foot and you walk in, and you don't want to lean too far forward, but just kind of back. You know, your head and your shoulders have to lean back towards the ledge, and then your shoulder, basically I was just, teaching them how, or just demonstrating, and then right after he lands a trick, and then he goes, dude, what the heck, like, it worked, that's what it is. And then we just laughed, and I saw Roger, every time he would do a trick, he had a little notepad, and he was trying to go down the list, because he's done all the tricks before, and he was just asking for my advice, and he just crossed the trick off the list. And a year passed, and I haven't seen him since then. And I heard about a new skate shop opening up on the other side of town next to Beach Park, and the shop's called K-Grind. And I find it so funny looking back. That's how I met Roger, was him trying a K-Grind, a crooked grind. And I don't know if he had that same concept, or if I had any influence on that, or was it the fact that there was another company that started with the K next to the K-Grind shop, or I don't know. And I go in the shop, and I heard Devin Calloway was working there for a little bit, and that the owner was getting hooked up by Ronnie Krieger. And I go in the shop, and immediately he's just like, hey, Ivan, how's it going? And then we caught up and, hung out for a bit. And he had his little indoor skate park in the back, and it was like a little kicker rail box. And some time passed on since then. I think it was almost a year. And Roger was juggling a lot at the time, family, wife, kids, and he had a supplement shop for people who are, you know, for nutritional value, whatever. And so yeah, he stopped with the shop. Long story short, I that's how I got sponsored. I met Roger, and if any advice, I would say you never know who the person is next to you. Always treat others how you want to be treated, and you know, even at a grocery store, you don't know who it is you're standing next to, and even if it's a small conversation, take it to heart. You know, that's practice, you know, even if it's a little small talk, because you don't know who that person is. I didn't know who Roger was when he was asking me how to crooked grind. I could have been just one of those people who just went, huh, like what? Like, you know, but knowing me, I'm not one of those people. I would take the time to get to know the person, talk, whatever. Because that's what anyone wants to do these days, is just headphones in, go skate. It's me. This is me time. I don't need, but I would just say, just treat others how you want to be treated. Be you. Don't be what you're not. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And keep persevering, man. Keep it up. Keep working hard. People will notice. You know, if you're one of those skaters that does a trick and you're just constantly waiting for attention, or you're hoping that someone saw the trick, just keep doing you, bro. Someone will notice. And that's how you get sponsored. Anyhow, that's it for the questionnaire. I'm sorry if I talked your ear off. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys' questions. I had fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm Tofal. Peace. You guys take care. Have a good night.